All right, and we're back. That was the specials with Ghost Town. I hope the Hastings not a ghost town after hearing the truth finally. So you brought up a story that I read about last night from my hometown, Las Vegas, of a senior citizen who had a few armed intruders in his home and ended up needing a firearm to protect himself.
Yep, this comes from theblaze.com. A 72-year-old man retrieved his handgun when he heard several home intruders attempting to break into his house Monday morning. I'm just baffled why stories like this don't get put on the mainstream. I'm not really surprised, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it contradicts what our government's
trying to push. Yeah.
So, and there's hundreds of stories out like this. I know there's another story where, here's another one. A 70-year-old Detroit high school basketball coach defends himself from a shooter. And I was reading this last night where there's a couple kids from that high school. One of them got expelled, and he was trying to rob him after practice, I believe, when he was walking some girls out to their car. And one of the students pulled a gun on him, and he pulled his gun, shot, and he did kill one, and the other one was put in the hospital. But it's situations like that where the police can't help you. You have to protect yourself because if you don't, it's going to be too late.
Yeah. It's hard to dial 911 when somebody has a gun pointed at you or a weapon pointed at you or says if you move I'll kill you.
And then you got to stall for 10 minutes to wait.
And then you have to stall for 10 if you're lucky 10 minutes. In some places it's like 2 hours depending on how busy they are.
Right.
Yeah, just let people have the ability to defend themselves. It's not that.
Yeah.
If I have a gun pulled on me and I don't have a gun on me, what am I gonna do? Go all Bruce Lee on them and kick the gun out of their hands and not get shot? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Somebody like me is not gonna do that. You should be able to have the accessibility to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have the physical means to.
And not only the ability to defend yourself, the ability to defend yourself against any possible threat.
Yeah.
Like this guy in Las Vegas, he had 3 intruders in his home. One was trying to drive away, hit a police cruiser, backed into it, and they caught him. A third guy was on foot, that's still uncaptured as far as I know.
Yeah.
And then the third guy was killed, and he was found in the guy's backyard with a firearm. So I don't know what kind of firearm the man owned, but say it was a revolver with only 6 shots.
Yeah.
He would have to, and of course, when you're firing, you don't want to miss. You don't fire to miss. But he'd have to be very accurate with those 6 shots to protect himself from 3 people.
Yeah.
What if there was 6 people? 1 shot per person? There was a woman in the South recently who had a .38 special revolver with 6 rounds, and a home intruder came in. She put 5 of the 6 into his head and neck. He still was able to get up, get out into his car, drive half a block away before he crashed into a tree. What if he had a partner in crime there with him?
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been able to reload, so while his buddy's bleeding out, he would have attacked the woman. And our government wants to come and say that we're too irresponsible to be able to handle more than 10 rounds at a time. Stupid. It's so stupid. The people who go along with it really have very little respect from me for their mental capacity.
Oh yeah, it's baffling. That's really it. Just the way that people do the things that they do, or think the way that they think is just, it's so robotic.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. And allow somebody to own something that I personally I don't like guns. I don't shoot them, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have a shotgun in my house. If somebody walks into my house, I'm gonna if they're gonna,
especially as a father.
Yeah.
I was talking to my grandma yesterday, and she said she was considering about getting a handgun because of all the break-ins happening in Grand Island.
Mm-hmm.
I said I support that 100% because.
But it's more about just getting the handgun. It's also the training and knowing how to use it,
right.
and becoming a better shot and everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And being a good steward of your own weapon.
Because a lot of people will just get a gun, and then it will, in some cases, be used against them in a crime because they're so unequipped.
Yeah,
to
they
deal
need
with
to practice
situations.
with it and learn about it. I definitely encourage that because people that do own guns should get educated in guns.